In the last video, we unboxed half of the Proven Winners trial plants, and in this one, we're going to unbox the rest. Okay, so this box is Russian sage. The Latin name is Perovskaya antroplifica, and the variety is denim and lace. This is also a Perennial of the Year award plant, and I think we did this as part of an unboxing earlier this year, so we're going to have even more of them, which is exciting because I don't usually get to play with this variety. There's a kind of standard Russian sage, which is like 36 to 40 inches tall, and these guys are a little more petite, probably in that 28 to 30 inch range. All right, these look great. Great by definition for Russian sage is they look dead. And so this plant, I will tell you, is super healthy. It's totally fine, but it looks like there's nothing happening right now. There is kind of old brown wood, and the silvery foliage is what is a little bit newer and healthy. But what's actually happening is that there's little buds happening along the stems that are silvery, and give them another couple of days or a week or two, and that'll start to green up where there's new leaves coming out. These are basically just little silver buds. But the roots are super healthy. These are going to be totally fine. But this happens in your yard too, where you'll see Russian sage or some of the later plants to really kind of blossom and look good. They look dead for a little while, and that's okay because they'll have stems that are up to here, and you just prune them back and they'll start fresh growth near the base and then get new stems throughout the season. They look pretty good for being packed like this. I'm very excited to see these guys bud out. Okay, so this one is a box full of grasses, and ornamental grasses are one of my favorite things to add to planting arrangements because they're great as texture in the winter when all the beds are covered in snow. Most of the rest of these trial plants are great for summer. They have great blooms. It's fun to look at in the summertime, but most beds around here you can't enjoy all year round unless there's some other sort of texture or something cool with the bark or something like that. So the grasses, I'm excited. This is one of the only grasses that are in the mix that we're trying. This is called Prairie Winds Apache Rose, and it gets about 48 inches tall, which is a great height to mix in with perennial plantings. Yeah, the little grasses. Do you see these? Look how cute that is. Oh man. Ugh. Okay, so this is in a tray, which is way easier to plant. And these guys are a little bit deeper plug. I don't know if you can see that. That's a lot deeper root system, and grasses typically are grown that way versus some of the other perennials that we've unboxed have a lot shorter root system. That actually looks pretty good. Those are some nice fibrous roots, very white. This one plug, in probably 2 years, once it's in the ground, it'll really be that full-size 48-inch tall grass. Okay, so the next box, we're near the end of the list, I promise, is Color Spire's Violet Riot, which is a Salvia nemorosa, a perennial salvia. Sometimes there's salvia, you'll see them at the garden centers, which are annuals, which means they will not come back every year, and these are a perennial. I really like them because they have a great texture and super long color. So this is a really deep kind of purpley blue, much longer bloom than some of the standard salvias where they have like a 2-week window and they're done. These guys last for a long time, which is great for me. A lot of our clients expect to have color in their beds for a lot longer period of time, so these are a good bet. This should be fun to try these out. All right, so these ones, you can actually see we've got green started where there's new leaves, little leaflets happening. So this plant in here is a lavender called Sweet Romance. The Latin name is Lavandula angustifolia. Oh, that looks so pretty. Look at how cute that is. So most plants aren't a uniform height. These probably came through a machine that trimmed them off so that they'd fit in the boxes. So you guys can't smell this, but the lavender typically have a really unique scent that is actually a mosquito repellent, and they smell so good. They're super soft texture, really kind of silvery blue foliage, which is a great complement to some other plant material that you may usually only see kind of greens all the time. So the silvery texture is great. They'll have a late bloom in the summer, kind of like a purpley blue color. Okay, so this next plant is in the Amsonia family. The variety name is Storm Cloud, and it gets between 24 and 30 inches tall. Okay, a lot of plants in here, a lot of weight. Look at this guy. Okay, so we've got new growth in here. all pointing the direction where it was getting light. And these guys are white because they haven't gotten the energy in them yet, but they'll green up here in a couple days once we get them planted. Okay, this next plant is in the Heliopsis family. The variety name is Tuscan Gold. Look at that fun, bright yellow, 24 to 32 inches tall. Okay, these guys, they look super healthy. Look at how big that fruit is. Okay, so this is the last box. There's been so many plants. There is 445 of them that we have at least gotten out of boxes. We still have to plant them, but this guy is in the Shasta Daisy family. It is called Daisy May, and it grows between 12 and 24 inches tall. I love daisies because they're just a really happy plant, and the white of this neutralizes some of the brighter colors in other perennial beds. So it's a really nice complement to sort of mix up with brighter, stronger colors to have a little white. Oh man, there's plants here. These have been in the box a little long, so they're getting a little bit rotted here, but we'll clean them up, trim out some of the brown, and then they'll just take over with green new growth. Whoa, okay. See the back of this? Look at all those roots. So these can't have been in boxes or in trays for, very long. So that's a lot of growth that they're just pushing. They really want to be growing right now. So I'm excited to pull these out. So these guys have been in trays just a little bit too long. They actually have grown roots into each other. I'm just going to snip them. It does not hurt them. They'll be fine. And then I'll just pull off some of the yucky leaves. And when we put them in a pot, that'll get big and happy. This is all a little pot bound, so they've been in the tray a little bit too long. So we'll rough that up, and then that'll be a beautiful big plant. Today is going to be a big day. In the last video, we unboxed the rest of the Proven Winners trial plants, and today we have a lot of helping hands here to pot all of these up. We have 445 plants in total. We've got to pot them up, fertilize them, and water them, and it is going to be a busy day.